Badoom. Hey, so you might just be watching this and realize there's a random cut and we're a good ways into the Fireside chat. Turns out I'm a dumbass and forgot to put in the YouTube safe music for the background music. I have recently turned off YouTube safe music in the main stream because YouTube doesn't see the intro and the outro anyway, because our archive team is great and cuts it out. I have thus turned it back in, and everything prior to the cut YouTube cannot see, but YouTube can catch up from here. We are currently working on our Court of Alerts for our Fireside chat. You missed some art, which you can find on the main channel, and you can take a look at our new emotes coming up. If you guys are wanting to catch up with this stuff, it'll be available on Twitch, but for YouTube, I'm very sorry. I fucked that up super hard. If somebody could get that message to Delta, I would appreciate it. Anyway, so our new court alert for 70 gifted subs. I really don't know. I really don't know what this would be. Triska says, idea, but it'd be a bit of work. Go on. Personalized art of an invitation to the court. Just something to show off, maybe print out, hang on the wall. Some kind of physical identifier to wear or hang on a wall. Certificate, pin, special court only merch, etc. Yes, no? What do you guys think? I didn't spell identifier correctly, but like, what do you guys think of that? I think that's a good 70. Kriska says, a pin might be just a thing. I have folks that do enamel pins. I also have a line on someone who does enamel pins. Cool. So there's our court rewards. I'll put this in the salon of the Discord soon. And we'll get our court alerts in soon as well. Nightfall says, we have to act him, but I think someone we know has the means to make pins, if I'm not mistaken. Agreed. And I already know what the pin will be. I have a great idea, so. Alright. So there's our Court of the Present stuff situated. We'll be getting the alerts in as soon as possible. And going from there. Next on the docket, we have Arttober 2021. We have some new friendos joining us who may not know what Arttober is. I have a great idea, so. Alright, so there's our Court of the Present stuff situated. We'll be getting the alerts in as soon as possible. And going from there. Next on the docket, we have Arttober 2021. We have some new friendos joining us who may not know what Arttober is. Regulars tell you that it is the most special time of year on the channel, and I quite agree. Every year, for the month of October, we celebrate Arttober. It's a celebration of all things artistic and interesting. It is a counterpoint to all the spooktacular nonsense that you're going to be surrounded by all October long. October is a bit monochrome, and if you like that, great. If you don't, or you just want to change things up, we offer Arttober. We've been doing it for, this will be year 4. We do a theme every year. We do special art, special merch. We get a lot of games that fit a theme, usually indie games. It is a stark departure from what most people do during October. And this year's theme, I am pleased to announce, is Elements. Greater than their sum. I haven't decided if I want to say greater than the sum or greater than their sum. I don't know which one I like better for a pithy tagline. But we've got this coming up. Nightfall the Kitsune is our keeper in charge of all things Arttober. He gathers suggestions from the community about games throughout the first quarter and a half of the year. Then, during the summer, we do a fundraiser so that we can get art paid for, special merch, anything that I need for Arttober. We can get all the games that we want and we can bring them to you guys. And then we do stretch goals once we get all of that. The Arttober stretch goals are how we funded the Shards of Erevan campaign. It's how we funded the PS5 that I'm using. It's how I afforded the PS4 before that. It's how we were able to do a charity stream. Like, the Arttober fundraiser is a big deal. And it's only, like, yes, it's important to get everything we need for the fundraiser, but the stretch goals are always interesting too, at least to me, and you guys seem to think so as well. So, this year, it is May, when we need to start thinking about Arttober 2021. We need a logo, we need a games list, we need a fundraiser goal, and we need stretch goals. Now, typically speaking, I do this backstage with the keepers, and I intend to do that again this year. However, if you guys have any ideas for a logo, or any ideas for stretch goals right now that you want to throw out, or games that you want to see added to the Arttober list, I can't promise they'll be shown, but you can certainly suggest them. Nightfall has an ad up and a Google form where you guys can submit the games, and we can talk about the logo, and we can talk about the stretch goals right now if you guys have anything just off the top of your head that you really want to do. Now, the theme this year is Elements, greater than their sum. And the thing about this is, elements can apply to a lot of things. It can apply to the concept of fire, water, wind, and earth. It can apply to the concept of the periodic table. It can combine to ingredients, numbers, anything. Elements are bases that make up a whole. So I definitely want to do, like, a puzzle. You know what I can do? You know what I can freaking do? I can show you guys the previous Arttober pictures. Like, the logos for the Arttober, like, previously are amazing. This is Arttober 2020, which was Emotion More Than a Feeling, which I absolutely adore. Then we have Arttober 2019, Colors, Catch Your Eye. And then Arttober 2018 was the first one. And it just looks like this, which is freaking cool to me. Using a game controller to make a picture. Let me catch up with chat here. Corn312 says, speaking of Arttober, I feel like playing what I'm pretty sure is almost everyone's favorite Arttober from last year, Forgotten End. Forgotten End was awesome. Nightfall says, if you aren't already in the Discord, join us there. Yep, definitely. Nightfall says, Catch Your Eye design was my favorite. Catch Your Eye was great. Catch Your Eye is gorgeous, but I'm partial to More Than a Feeling. And this year we're doing elements greater than their sum. So I definitely want to do like puzzle pieces falling into place, but I don't know what I want those puzzle pieces to be. Does anybody have any ideas? What do you guys think the Arttober 2021 logo should look like? Because frankly, I need to get this out to my artist as soon as possible. Like, this week, basically this coming week, I need to decide what the Arttober 2021 logo is going to be so that the artist can get started. Because as you saw, those are detailed pieces of art. And if this will be your first Arttober, and you're hyped for what we're describing, welcome. It is a very, very important thing that we do here on this channel, and I'm super thrilled to bring it to you guys every year. What are we thinking? Trista says maybe do puzzle pieces, but they're different styles of puzzles fitting together. Maybe. I kind of like the idea of it being like an island, and the different puzzle pieces are different parts of the island. So like one puzzle piece is like the bay area, and one puzzle piece is like the palm trees, and one puzzle piece is like the volcano, and one puzzle piece is like etc. Right? And maybe it's like making a map, but they're puzzle pieces. The Outlaw Taco says puzzle pieces with the symbols for fire, water, air, etc. That's definitely something we could do. Yeah. Ample Size says, by not sure what the pieces are, in reference to the puzzle piece idea, do you mean like what they build to, or more so the pieces themselves, or both? Both. We're just spitballing ideas right now. Nightfall the Katsune says, personally, Arttober is less about bringing new folks in and more about being inviting and cozy so that the people who know the sanctuary is here can get away from the spooks. I agree with you for the most part, but I do think that, no, it's more than fine to welcome new people in. It's a party. It's a celebration, and should be treated as such. I also had the idea, like, I like the island idea, but I also had the idea of, like, a cake, right? Each puzzle piece is a different part of a cake. Or, like, food, because food is the best thing, just in general. I also thought about, like, the periodic table, and the individual elements being puzzle pieces that fit into the periodic table, but I feel like that's a little... I am not one to say that, like, math and science and art should be separated, but I do feel like that last one might be a little too clinical for what we're trying to do. But it was definitely an idea that I had. Corn through says puzzle table, the elements feels kind of forced. Yeah. The island got the best response, and what we could do, Outlaw, is to tie in the, like, fire, water, earth, and air thing. Like, the puzzle pieces, like, the top of the puzzle piece could be, like, the aspect of the island, but then the puzzle piece itself could be, like, carved with the various elemental symbols, maybe? Nightfall says, the sanctuary bit is crucial to design. I agree. I agree. So, I think we're in agreement on an island or some kind of nature scene with puzzle pieces depicting various aspects of that nature scene. And the pieces themselves could be shaped and carved stylistically to adhere to different, designs? A map? I can see a map, but I can also, the map is cool, but the map is a little monochrome, whereas the living island or the living nature scene could have a lot more dynamism to it. Ample? And this is a celebration of art, after all. Vibrancy. Yes, Outlaw, I agree. Vibrancy. Are we good on this design? I can get it to an artist tonight if we are. Enderbender 12 says, what about this? The pieces are the elements themselves. Like, they seem solid on the side and the map on it, but if you lift it up, you see that they're made of raw elemental energy. Like inverted chess pieces? Because that might be cool. Take a puzzle piece, right? And the top of it is, a little bit of beach and a palm tree and some water, and then the underside of it is a glowing moat of water. That might be cool, actually. The undersides of which, circuits almost, would depict elements of chaos. Elements of chaos building the tapestry. That's a great idea. Are we cool on this scene then? That is a very dynamic thing. Enderbender. J-Meister says, like nature scenes, but with FF-style elemental sprites on the underside. Maybe, J-Meister. Maybe. I don't want to get much more complex than this, chat. I think this is good. How are we feeling about this being our October 2021 design? This will be going on merch. This will be going on the stream. I'd wear a shirt with this on it. I'll get this to an artist. Nightfall, what's our current October games count? Currently, there have been X suggestions for October 2021. As of May 2021, how many suggestions have we gotten? Nightfall, the Kitsune. I think Nightfall dipped. Does anybody have ideas for neat stretch goals this year? I definitely want to do percent to charity again, if possible. Anybody else got immediate ideas for stretch goals? By the way, we'll be taking suggestions until August 1st. August 1st will be the day that we start the fundraiser. It goes for August and September. We'll have to stop taking suggestions then so that we can have a fundraiser goal for you guys. Triska says, do you need any upgrades or anything you've been needing to replace for the stream? That's a separate topic, actually, Triska. I don't know if that would be in the October stretch goals or not, but that's a separate topic, friend. You'll see in a minute. I'm waiting for Nightfall to jump in with the total suggestions. We've got a good couple so far. Triska says, I wasn't sure if it applied to stretch goals or not. That's something we need to discuss. In fact, it's the next topic. So, hold that thought. Also, with charity, I'm inclined to give it to a different charity this year. Currently, there have been more than 20 suggestions for October 2021. That's awesome, you guys. Cool. So we'll talk about charities and all that good stuff. We'll come back to the October stuff. This is just what we have so far. So cheers to that, guys. Let's step over to the computer fundraiser, because I really, 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 really don't want to have this conversation. So I'd like to get through it as quickly as possible. The short version is my computer is dying. My streaming rig is dying. I don't know how much longer it has. It might have a year, it might have a day. But I need a new rig. I've done some shopping around, and I am not in a position right now where I can get money to get a new PC. I mentioned this a couple of months ago, and somebody said, do a fundraiser in, like, June, and we'll help you get some PC stuff. And I said, alright. And I dragged my heels, and I dragged my heels, and I dragged my heels. Well, June is in, like, a week. 2 weeks. So I'm just going to come out with it. To get a quality streaming PC that would allow us to stream PC games or PC exclusives, I need $4,000. That's a big ask. People have said to do a fundraiser in June or June and July to help raise the funds. Where are we at on this? I will delete this entire topic right now if you guys are like, that's unreasonable. Because frankly, I agree. I think it's completely ridiculous. I'm not going to insult you guys and put up a donation goal begging for donations before we do the October stuff, before we do any of that stuff. Like, yes, I need a PC to be able to keep streaming. That's true. But it's a bit ridiculous. And I'll cop to that. Now for the Kitsune says, honestly, I've been with you for the past 4 years. I've been with you through a lot. Bite the bullet and make an ongoing goal. Ugh. We get to it when we get to it. That would cut into the October stuff, Nightfall, if we did it that way. If we made it an ongoing goal, that would cut into the October stuff. And the other thing is, to put it simply, I can't let money sit in my account. Due to some assistance programs that I'm on to survive, I can't slowly build up money over time. If I have more than a certain amount of money in my account just sitting there, I lose my assistance, which is a problem, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't. But that's not something I can afford to do. This has to be, like, all in one go, or a gift, frankly. Like, maybe in 6 months I won't have to say that. Maybe in 6 months it'll be a non-issue, but maybe in 6 months Hearthstone will be dead, right? Like, I'm in a really precarious situation with this. And I'm not sure how to proceed. A bit of a catch-22, yeah, a bit. The only thing I can think of is if somebody else holds the money for me. If we do it over time, somebody else would have to hold the money for me. And I don't know who I can trust to do that, to be honest. Again, I will delete this right now. I think this is one of those things that I'm gonna have to work out some stuff on my end. But I think definitively, from the temperature of chat, I don't think we'll be able to do a fundraiser in June. From the sound of things, we're not going to be able to do a fundraiser in June, which is fine. But that seems like where we are. Cool. Rock Meet Hard Place, pretty much Outlaw. Whenever I can says, can you build the computer if it comes in parts? Yeah. With help. I have a couple of people who can help me put a PC together. I built Hearthstone. I built, Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying, as I get the money, buy the parts and, like, set them aside. That's a decent idea, actually. That's a very decent idea. We piecemeal it. When we get the money for a part, dump it. That could work. That could absolutely work. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do a fundraiser as we go, piece by piece. It's a lot easier to stomach the foreground all at once. Valid. Valid. Okay. Cool. Done. We'll get that sorted. Speaking of charity streams, do we still want to do charity streams? I want to do percentage of the Arttober fundraiser to charity. I want to do New Year's Odeon for charity. Where are we at for these? Yeah, no, absolutely, Nightfall. Feel free, 500. Toast to Winter Viking, agreed. 10x beat everybody in chat, another 500 to Winter Viking. Thank you, Winter. Good call. Do we still want to do these two charity events? Do we want to do any other charity events? If so, what charities do we want to support, and when? I want to get off the fundraiser discussion. I don't enjoy it. I'd much rather talk about charity, because supporting charity is great. I want to do Extra Life. I want to do St. Jude. The problem being with those two is I have to, like, modify the way that I stream. And I don't want to upset them. I don't know about raising money separately and then giving them the money, but J Master says, I have a suggestion, but it might be a conflict of interest for me to say it. Go on, Jay. The worst case scenario is I'm like, yeah, I see your point, never mind. Nightfall says we've done that before. Yeah, well, kind of. We did it for Charity Water, but Charity Water doesn't give a shit. Might be worth an ask at the very least. Yeah, but that involves sending out emails. Stares at Nightfall. The Freedom of Form Foundation? I don't know what the Freedom of Form Foundation is, Jay. Trevor Project? What's the Trevor Project, Tracecar? It sounds like we still want to do charity streams. So before we worry about what charities we want to do, and frankly, while we can take like suggestions from chat, I don't think deciding on those charities should be something that we do in this meeting. However, yeah, DM it to Nightfall, J-Meister. However, we should talk about right now what charity events we want to do. Are we still good for a percentage of October fundraiser stuff to go to charity? Are we still good to do the New Year's open dice night for charity? Do we want to do any other charity things? If so, what and when? Also, J-Meister, while I appreciate you wanting to provide a link, you can still give me like a 1 or 2 sentence explanation of what the fuck it is. Because Freedom of Form Foundation, while very alliterative, doesn't tell me dick about it. Ah, gotcha, Trayscare. But yeah, we're good on these 2 charity things. Do we want to do any others? Ampleside says I to both October percent and New Year's Odeon being a charity. Cool. Sounds good. I'm considering... we wouldn't be able to do it this year. But these 2 charity events are at the end of the year, October and New Year's. But what if, like, next year we started doing one in the spring as well? Like some kind of April-ish charity thing? I don't know what it would be, but it's a thought. Then again, there's also the thought of doing too much too quickly. April, early May? Yeah, maybe. Like... got you, J-Meister. The other thing about this is... Kitsune gotta eat. And... while I want to do stuff for charity, at the same time, I want to do stuff for me as well. No offense to you guys. Like, I hate saying that, but, like... if we try to do too much charity stuff before I have meal security, that's just going to make my situation more precarious. No undercutting the fox face. Yeah. Is 2 charity events per year right now acceptable? Is this enough for the masquerade for now? With the promise of doing more later. Because I absolutely want to do more later. I would love to do a monthly charity event. I think that would be so cool. But it's so far beyond anything I can do right now. Enderbetter says, see how this year goes and decide on adding more later. That's valid. That's valid. Okay. Fair enough. Let's talk about the Quicksilver Initiative. Just last night, we broke ground on the Quicksilver Initiative, an upcoming full-length decisive action campaign. System. We're using Genesis, which is what Edge of the Empire is based on. It uses its own dice. It's super interesting. I cannot wait to read more about it and to show you guys more about it. And we have our cast situated. As of right now, we have Birchmila, Say It in Blue, Gentleman Jogath, Night Mist Okami. Excuse me. Excuse me. And the Outlaw Otaku. And that is all that I know about what we have right now. I don't know what the characters are going to be. I don't know what the story is going to be. But I can tell you the general... What's the word I'm looking for, chat? Hook. Here's the hook. Secret societies are real and powerful. Conspiracy theories are just the tip of the iceberg. Combining folklore, mysticism, propaganda, and the depths of the human imagination. This will be a lighter tone campaign from most of what the other stuff I do. It'll have serious moments. It might even have, like, emotional moments. But this is definitely going to be, like, silly by my standards, which is not silly by most people's standards. But it's definitely going to be humorous. Nightfall says, define conspiracy theories. Like, we faked the moon landing. The problem is they got Stanley Kubrick to do it, and he insisted on filming in location. Like... washing machines eat the left sock more frequently than anything else. There is a sock dimension. Like... everything in the world is controlled by secret societies. And so on. Like, aliens built the pyramids. Stuff like that. So you guys will get more developments on this when I know about it. Shards of Erebane. I don't know when this is premiering yet, but I want this to be its own franchise. Maybe. And... we've got the cast, we've got the art being made, we've got the system picked out. Shards of Erebane will be on Monday nights. It's my world, it's my Taldore. As somebody said, I really like that. It's coming along nicely. I don't have any major updates for that right now, but I will take questions that you guys might have. Nightfall the Casino says, so what I'm hearing is alien centralized organizations, witch cults, government organizations that you thought were pulling the strings are actually puppets themselves. Maybe. Or barely hanging on. J-Master says, QSI feels like an exploring beyond the veil type story, which I like. Yeah, basically. The sound is way better in the studio, Winter Viking. You're right. As for the New Year's Odeon, we have some options to discuss, chat. Halfling State Fair. Managed by a homeowners association or Electrum Chef Faerun. Featuring Caprizi Whisk Wizard. We've talked about this in the Discord a couple of times. I can't decide what the New Year's Odeon should be. And so I'm going to leave it to you guys. I'm going to put a poll up. And you guys can tell me what you guys want. New Year's Odeon. Halfling State Fair. Or Electrum Chef Faerun. Poll's gonna go for 2 minutes. You guys let me know what you want. Because I cannot decide between those two. They'll both be for charity. Keep that in mind. The Electrum Chef will be easier to do for charity. The Halfling State Fair will be a little bit harder to do for charity, but still possible. And if you're hearing this message, about half your time is gone. So make sure you vote if you haven't already. Whoop. Get out of here. I have to bring this up so that I can read chat. Hey, Celtic Wolf, welcome in. Good to see you. What is the Electrum Chef for you? Yeah, it's Iron Chef. It's Iron Chef set in the Forgotten Realms. You have about 20 seconds remaining, friends. If you can hear this message. Make sure you get your votes in. Make sure you get your votes in. Finishing out the votes. Survey says... Electrum Chef Faerun with 11 votes. Alright, well, that answers that. So we'll be doing Electrum Chef Faerun featuring Caprese Whisk Wizard for charity. For charity on New Year's Eve. Nightfall says, I don't know if you planned it, but you could vote with points for it. No, I did that on purpose, Nightfall. So, we'll be talking about how you guys can donate to charity and affect the story. We can work out, like, the players and what's going to happen there. That's a fun little concept, and we'll be opening up seats for that table relatively soon. Hell yes. We're going to keep right on moving. Chat predictions. So, this one is neat. So there is a thing that mods can do now, and I can do it on my side as well, that we can do predictions in chat, and what they will do is they will give you chat badges based on what you think is going to happen when, and then when certain parameters are met, mods can, like, into the prediction and say which one won, and it's a way to earn, like, channel points. It's a way to, like, you know, have some fun, safe tribalism, so to say. It's a fun little thing. I'm gonna do one right now really quick, which is, will the Fireside chat run longer than 3 hours? And then we set a couple of outcomes, like so, and then we run it for, let's say, 10 minutes. And then we do that. and then mods will have to close the prediction and like redeem it, all of that stuff. Once the time comes. So mods can trigger this whenever they want, etc., etc. So you get like what I'm thinking about doing, and you guys can tell me what you think about this, is I'm not gonna have a hand in it. I'm not going to touch the predictions. The mods can make predictions and modify them in mod view. And it could be like, will Kit kill this boss? Will Kit find the secret? Will Kit do XYZ thing? Whatever. And then give out channel currency accordingly. What do you guys think? Do you guys like predictions? Do you think they will add spice to the channel? Or do you think that they're not very interesting? You guys let me know. Where are we at, friendos? Think it'll be fun? Okay, cool. Nightfall, when that prediction finishes, can you go ahead and... Because it says a mod has to upkeep it. Can you go ahead and pass out that XP and stuff? Seems like a fun thing to add. Awesome. Perfect. Then we'll go ahead and get that in. So mods can trigger that whenever they want. And you guys can vote, get channel currency. No harm, no foul. Let's talk about the bot. So, I'm going to load up my bot here for a second so you guys can see behind the curtain. Here is our bot. Here is our bot, Streamlabs chat bot, pretty standard stuff with some commands. Now, unfortunately, it had tied sound files into it. We had a bunch more commands. I've actually deleted them outright. All the stuff in the shop command used to trigger a sound alert. The problem is, now, whenever I try to trigger a sound alert, if I do it, it works fine. But when you guys do it, it breaks the entire bot. So we have a... Sorry, I just noticed that Nightfall put up another prediction. Nightfall! Anyway. So if anybody else tries to trigger a sound clip, the entire bot breaks. It doesn't register currency, it doesn't register mods, it doesn't register anything. I have to reset the entire bot if anyone plays a sound clip in chat. Now, as you can imagine, that sucks. So, we have a couple of options. We can do away with the bot in terms of the shop command. Basically, get rid of this in its entirety. And just let people give around for the house, ask us to watch their Twitch, whatever. We could keep the costs, we could remove the cost that way and just make it just like I almost said loyalty, that's not the word I'm looking for, an honor system type thing. Or we could keep the costs, bring the commands back in, and have them take your currency and spit out text commands. Or we can do something else. Those are my two ideas right now, but I want to know what chat thinks. So, the sound commands do not work. It would be lovely to have an in-house bot that didn't break, and we could do currency, commands, clips, archives of various things, and so on. That is currently being worked on, but not currently available. So, we could set the commands, set the sound commands to spit out text responses and take EXP, or remove the EXP calls from the commands and do it on an honor system. Nightfall says, fix the sound or text-based. I cannot fix the sound. It is not within my power to fix the sound, Nightfall. If I could fix the sound, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I would just fix the sound, but I can't. So. Text base? I want to hear more than just 2 people, if I can. Text-based thing would work? Okay. We can do a text-based. What I'll do is I'll probably have it ping the keepers. Or me. Like, I might have it ping me. So that I can see, oh, somebody redeemed a round for the house. Somebody redeemed a toast. Somebody redeemed a grand trophy. Whatever. And I can still call it out, but there won't necessarily be a sound clip. The other option is I could put the sound clips on my sound board. So that, like, for example, load up my soundboard here. If somebody redeems a potion of XP, I could put the potion sound on my soundboard, and then when I see the text thing fire off, I hit the potion sound. I don't have it currently. And we could do it that way. What do you guys think about that? How much space do you have on the soundboard? Infinite. I have infinite space on the soundboard, Celtic. That would make it look flush with the text post? Yeah. It's definitely something to think about. Just manually do the sounds? Okay. I can get that set up. It might take me a little bit, but I can get that manually set up so that we can have our stuff still going. And what it'll do is it'll take your XP and spit out a text blurb, and then I'll see it hit the soundboard so that if other people are involved, they can, like, now, like, for a potion venture, for example. Stuff like that. Okay, cool. We can get that sorted. Sounds good, friends. Channel story. So we currently have 2 currency systems. We have our EXP with the bot that I just showed you, and we have fragments of lore through Twitch. The fragments of lore, I cannot directly control how much you get, when, what stuff costs, etc. Or I can to a degree on what stuff costs, but I can't control the rate at which you get it, like I can with the bot. So obviously the channel, the Twitch currency fragments of lore is sparser than the channel currency stuff. It's for bigger things less frequently than little mainstay stuff like the XP rewards are. One of the Fragments of Lore rewards that I have ready to go right now is called Once Upon a Tale. And what I've been thinking about is a channel story. Somebody redeems Once Upon a Tale, and I just spitball ideas into the story until I can't think of anything more, and then we go back to what we were doing. Now, obviously, you can't redeem this during Decisive Action, but, like, during the afternoon stream or whatever, like, that's different. However, I could also make it that I just riff a short story, like improv a short story, instead of a consistent like channel-based story, and I don't know which one of those I like better. If we did do a consistent channel-based story, I would need like a genre, a setting, like what you guys would be interested in seeing. Which of those two ideas do you guys like more? Anyone got any ideas? If nobody has any ideas, we can put a pin in this for later. But I'm just really torn about how to proceed. I think a lot of people are getting tired, Celtic, myself included. Alright, we'll put a pin in this for now. Pinned for later. So the last two are pretty quick. And then we can open it up to a Q&A in case anybody has any stuff they want to field that I didn't get to. So just real quick, I get money when I show ads. Subs do not see ads. Subs will never see ads as long as I have the control to do that. Right now, I run a small ad break at the beginning of the stream, and I run a small ad break when I take a break. I'm thinking about taking a second break. I'm thinking about taking breaks during DA, and I'm thinking about running a block of ads at the end of stream with some music for the subs. But I don't know about any of those, and I'm curious what you guys think. Enderbender says, what if we make it a consistent story on Mask on days and short stories on Mask off days? That is definitely something. Separation of Mask on, Mask off days. We can definitely talk about that when we come back to it, Ender. So, currently show ads at intro and break on afternoon shows. Considering adding, and I'm going to make each of these their own thing. Outro, mask on, or afternoon break number 2, and DA breaks. Yes, Celtic, the cast would take a break during the ads. I feel like outro plus music is not a terrible idea. Like, I don't think this one is too intrusive, right? Like, this one is just... The stream is over. I've done my outro. I've said my goodbyes. I put some music on for the subs. I run a quick, like, block of ads and then close the stream down. I don't think anybody's gonna care. It might lower our raid numbers a little bit, but Anybody object to this one, first of all? Let's just go down the list, right? I think the outro plus music is pretty not bad. In favor of outro break. Okay. A second afternoon stream break. I am personally not super in favor of it. I don't like taking breaks. But I have to ask. I'm pretty firmly going to remove this one. I don't think it's for me. At least not right now. If I end up streaming like 10 hours at a stint, that would be a different kettle of fish. But right now, I think one break, 2 hours into the stream is fine. For DA breaks, we have two options. Break every hour, or break at the rough halfway point. I'm inclined to do the halfway point break, unless it's a charity event. If it's a charity event, especially a charity event that's going to go long, like the New Year's game, then I'll do a break every hour. But for like our standard stuff, I feel like a halfway point break is better. So do a 5-minute break at the rough halfway point of DA and run some ads, get a snack, that good stuff. Okay, cool. Sounds good to me, chat. How long would the break be? About 5 minutes. About 5 minutes, give or take. Halfway seems good for standard? Cool. And then the last thing on my list for this month is followers only mode. We are not inundated with people in chat, but we are inundated with spam bots sometimes. Frankly, I need to get my follower count up. I've been kicking around this idea for a while, and I don't know how to go about it. I could turn follower only mode right now. I do not want to use sub mode. I think sub mode is a tool for moderation to get nonsense out of chat briefly and then turned off again while the moderators do their job. So if like there's a brigade or a bunch of like spoilers being thrown around, like turn on sub mode, let the mods do their job, turn off sub mode. Whereas follower only chat just removes bots outright. There will be no more bots with follower only chat except in very, very specific circumstances. But there are people who don't want to follow channels, and they still want to talk. Would make it difficult for new friends though, right? Yes, it would, Triscar. Yes, it would. I would rather somebody hang out with us, see if they like the community, and then follow as a way of saying, hey, I want to come back, than somebody follow just so they can shout at me and capitalize on the people who forget to unfollow again. I'm really of two minds about it. On the one hand, more followers is great. More followers helps me on the back end immensely. But on the other hand, putting a fence up might have the opposite inclination. I'm just not sure. And I definitely want to hear arguments. Hey, Ayumi. Welcome in. Neville says it costs nothing to follow and unfollow. It's a bot gate. Yeah. Trishka says maybe a trial run. See if it helps or hurts for a month. Yeah. What's up, Ayumi? Outlaw Otaku says the bots get mapped pretty quick, so I'd say keep it as it is. The keepers are doing a good job. I agree with you, Outlaw. And that's a solid argument. And Yumi says, guess what I finally found at the store after 6 months? Something that you wanted, but I couldn't tell you what it was, Ayumi. I think Outlaw counters you pretty hard there, Nightfall. It's a bot gate, but the keepers are so good that we don't need a bot gate. Level says it breaks up the flow of chat and throws things off. I disagree. I disagree with that statement. I think the Masquerade is really good at talking around disruptions. Be they bots, be they somebody coming into the community who doesn't really get the vibe, or somebody trying to start trouble. I think the Masquerade is really, really good at working around them and calling a keeper when necessary. I disagree vehemently with your statement, Nightfall. I have not gotten a single complaint about our response to bots. Ayumi says, I think follower only might hurt because I don't follow every channel immediately. Yeah, exactly, Ayumi. That's one of the things we're discussing. And Tracier's got it right. Delta, Ender, and a couple of the keepers are so quick, most people don't even see the bots, myself included. Yeah, Enderbender says there's been times we've gotten them before Kit can even see them. Fair. Like, if people were like, oh my god, I can't get a word in edgewise because of these fucking bots, that would be one thing, Nightfall. But I really don't think it's as disruptive as your point claims. Amplesize says, I think the place where follower only might hurt is if you're raided and raiders might be turned away from interacting. That is a fair fucking point. Amplesize makes a very good point that should be considered. Could a Begone Bot voice command for the soundboard work? Oh, almost certainly. I want to get a Begone Bot emote, Winter Viking. It's the Fox Bard with a giant mallet smashing a robot. I think Begone Bot is hilarious, personally. Corn says the only feasible complaint I can see people having is that you can't read how stupid a message the bot has was. You can! BTTV allows you to see it. Neville says, the keepers see the bots, you guys don't, Joseph automatically purges them. Yup. And then the keepers sweep back in and baps them. We have a bot gate. Yeah, you're right. And Yumi says that's a lot of follower-only problems. That's fair. Yeah, I think we're gonna... No. Let's go with no. At least for right now. I do think judicious use of sub mode is great for moderation purposes, but not something that would have one all the time. Okay. So that's all I have for the Fireside Chat for May. But you guys might have something. Ideas to field, suggestions for the channel, questions. Oh! We didn't discuss I'm a dingus. We didn't discuss what to play next. I do have one more. What are we playing after Demon's Souls? What are we playing after Demon's Souls? I'm a dingus occasionally, Ayumi. A video game? Yes, we're playing a video game, for sure. Chris says, I'd like to vote for Subnautica. I love the original Science Run. You need to reshoot anyway, and Below Zero just came out. Yes, but I want to play it on PC. As good as the PS5 is, I don't want to play Subnautica on console. Could Take-Two reshoot Dishonored? We could. I want to see if chat comes to a consensus before me leading them anywhere. Yes, occasional dingus. Thank you, Aria. Nightfall says, wait! What's up? Yakuza 4? Yakuza 4 is certainly an option. Don't you have to reshoot the first Spider-Man game? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the first Spider-Man game was fine. Are you guys ready for another Yakuza game? Like, I will gladly play Yakuza 4. Aria says, I want to see Hades. Hades is an option. Hades would take a long time. Actually, I don't think we have enough time between now and October to do Hades. So I don't think Hades is an option until after October at least. Yakuza 4 is a good idea. Want to do more Yakuza? That's 3 for Yakuza 4. Hades post-October, definitely, but Yakuza 4 would be solid. That's 5. So, what I'm hearing is... Kirita! Okay. Alright. Yakuza 4. We ride. Hell yes. Let's fucking go. Alright. Now I think I have everything in my May 2021 Fireside Chat. So, does anybody have any suggestions? Anybody have any comments? Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any concerns? Anything to bring out? Nightfall the Continuing says, fuck you and your soundboard, Bard.
You what?
Nightfall says, I have one major concern. Yeah, what's up? What's up, homie? Take it easy, Yumi. Thank you for stopping by and hope to see you again soon. Nightfall says I will do it in the form of a prediction. Motherfucker, I can't see the predictions from my dashboard. Like, if you want to do a prediction for chat, fine. I can't see them from my view. I have to be in the channel to see them, and I'm not in the channel. I'm on the dashboard. Boy. I'll do it in both places. Hang on. Okay, fine. Anybody else got anything to bring up for the Fireside Chat? This is just as much for you guys as it is for me. Questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, anything. I just got a ping from Parrish Broadnax. Hang on! Oh my hellfire. I have to full screen this so you guys get to see it. Oh my hell. I think I'm gonna have the cup changed to like porcelain. But other than that, yo! Yo! That is pretty... Whoa! Oh, that's your new chat badge. Cool, Trisker. Alright, hang on real quick. Let me send a message to PB. Maybe a different shade of white for the porcelain? That's what I'm thinking, Trace. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns, suggestions. Hit me up, guys. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up this Fireside Chat, and I will see you at the end of the month for Sub Day. Neville says, Bard, did you heckin' eat today? Maybe? Listen, I was going to. I have a good excuse. Before anybody screams at me, I have a good excuse. I was going to, and the refrigerator was practically empty, and as I was trying to find something to eat, my folks were like, we're gonna go to the store. and then they left for the store. So I have a good excuse for once. Jam Master says, we were going to go over the coding stuff yesterday, but you were out of it. I was not out of it. I just forgot to poke you. Jessica says you're waiting on grocery day. That's valid. Yes. Nightfall says 96% of the chat had faith in you. Make sure that you, like, close that out correctly, Nightfall. I got a weird pop-up when I made a prediction. I mean, to be fair, 96% of chat was probably have been right. I went to get food, but circumstances. Prediction result is yes? I'm pretty sure the prediction result was no, and you did that wrong, Nightfall, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay, are we done? Are we done with Fireside Chat? Anybody else got anything? Because we covered a lot, friends. Holy shit, did we cover a lot. I will get this court stuff situated. I will get the thing to the art team for October. I think we're good. Real quick, because they got cut from the VOD, I do want to show these off again. These are our new Roll20 status icons. This is getting cut from the VOD, so I want to show these off again real quick. Because they are amazing and I love them. And then wish you all a good evening. But if you're new around here, I'd like to take your attention for just a moment, if I may. I am the Sharp-Eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. This is the channel that is devoted to lore and storytelling, world-building, role-playing, and discussions of those things. So if that's your fancy, you're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoyed your time with us. I stream every single day that my health permits me to do so, and we're rolling with advantage in 2021 and beyond, which is 2 chances to catch a given stream. I will be back tomorrow with more Demon Souls in the afternoon, and the return of Tales of the Nightlight in the evening. A D&D 5th edition series of short stories between 2 full-length campaigns. We recently finished Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and we're moving into Tyranny of Dragons. Stop by if you like tabletop role-playing games, or if you don't know if you like tabletop role-playing games. We'd love to have you. For now, I need to get out of here, but when I do, I'll be hosting someone. It's someone who I like, someone who I hope that you all will like, and can spread some of the love that was filtered today over on their channel. And check back here, because I'm always hosting someone, and you might find your favorite streamer that way. But, as always, it's time to close the book on today, make these notes in the ledger for another Fireside Chat for the month. I'll see you guys next month, or at the end of this month for Sub Day, and leave you with these parting words. From myself and my keepers to all of you, the regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers, whether you're just having a seat by the fire or you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell. And hopefully, I'll see you all tomorrow for more Demon Souls in the afternoon, more Tales of the Nightlights in the evening, and a new chapter. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you all again very soon.